Well, here it is, only 94 degrees, a practically cool day, around 2 o'clock, and of course I've got on a long sleeve shirt and long pants, and show you what I've been up to here. Let's head on over here. You can see the dirt is still there, and finally starting on the sprinkler system. So yesterday I worked on putting in the sprinkler line, which runs the whole length down underneath the deck here and taps into the main going into the house. And just finished putting together the manifold here, which is a little complex. Had to do a lot of little pieces, and these are manual as well as automatic, so I'll be able to rig them up to be auto or manual. And then just finished doing this little trench here because I need to get the Bobcat over it to do any more grading, and of course I would ruin it if I were to run over it with the Bobcat, but I've still got to go up the hill, up and around the valley there, and all the way up to there. That'll be the water supply for the upper portion of the plants. Well, it's all day out here, and I'll tell you, it's the little stuff. I went ahead and had to kind of redesign where I put the heads, so I've got them here and alternating on the other side, so hopefully that's a good spread on the heads. And had to dig down more over here, and then this took a while. I'm not sure how you can see, but there's a lot of cement that was extending out over here. It was coming out now as far as about right there, and I had to knock that all back with a sledgehammer and dig underneath so that I can get the heads close to the wall there, because I want the grass going right up against the side there. So I had to dig down further over here, and then of course after I already put in the single line going this way, I realized that oops, there's another circuit and I had to change that up. That needs to go along there too, so I had to dig that up and just starting to do that line. So it's the little things. Well, it's only 97 today. Yesterday it was 98, so hopefully it'll stay cool like that. At least today I've gotten a little bit smarter and brought my own portable shade. Might as well use what I've got. So working on the sprinkler system, getting the pipes laid down. That's the circuit number 2. Circuit number 1 ends there. Got them all lined up. So that one's circuits 1 and 2. Got the cable laid for the control line. Just finished doing the wiring on the system. Hopefully that'll do it. And got 2 lines over there and another one ready to be buried. Okay, 100 and just about 1. I guess I was mistaken in thinking today was cooler. Oh well, and of course I've got the same outfit on. Lovely long sleeve pants and shirt, and coming along though. I'm getting the third branch of the circuit done. Having to do a lot of cutout though, all by hand of course, because the Bobcat only gets so close, so I'm just starting to chip away at this side so it gets a good 6 inches down. Well, it's about 6:15 and I am done with the circuits. I have 1, 2, and 3 circuits complete. There's the 1 termination right there. Had to dig down a little bit deeper for that, so it was got it flush, because I'm going to be running over with the Bobcat with this, and I don't want to be squishing anything here. That runs all the way over, and then this is where actually the second circuit starts right there. Heads over here, having 5 connects. Had to dig a fair amount of trench here because, again, going over with the Bobcat, don't want to pop any lines once I have it. Had an oops moment here. I had to make a little jump. Actually, I ran out of T-connectors, and so I had to make this one up because I was darned if I wasn't going to finish this thing tonight. And that one terminates there. And the last circuit right there. Got everything marked with flags, which hopefully will allow me to find them once I cover all these guys up with dirt. Again, I don't want to put the heads on yet because I'm getting better with the Bobcat, but not that good. I'm sure I'd be messing something up. Well, I finally got to use the rake here, ratchet rake. It actually works really nice. Does a good job kind of getting everything cleared down, and even breaks up some of the dirt clods. So, pretty happy with how it came out. Tomorrow will be the real test, of course, when I start purging the lines and seeing if it all works. Well, it was supposed to be a little cooler today, but it's pushing past 98. And, oh well, so much for the cool down. But I did get a new outfit, have a new long sleeve shirt, supposedly SPF something or other, so hopefully that'll help. Had to do a little bit more digging. Put it all together and did sort of a dry run, as it were, with the sprinkler heads on, and found that I needed to add and change a little bit. So I just dug this trench here and have a new head that'll be splitting the difference between a couple of the circuits, and cut this one off and moved that section down there, and cut this one up and moved it over here. So anyway, it's I think the done phase right now. So the next part is burying the lines and staking up the sprinkler heads so they stay vertical when I go ahead and put the dirt over the top. Okay, starting to look a little bit more organized, at least right before we start bringing in the dirt. So what I've done here is verticalized, is that a word? Made vertical all the different posts. I got some metal stakes and staked them all out, as you can see here, and of course sprayed them yellow or orange, because when I'm on the Bobcat I don't know exactly where I'm going, so seeing these things at least at a glance really helps. And you can see it's just about ready for the good soil. And I added about 4 more circuits. Added one right over there, added that one there, and then added one little guy even right there. Got kind of a interesting shape, as you can see. Now unfortunately I've got to cut all of those manifold pipes, because they've got to be about another 8 inches higher. These things have to be higher by about 6 inches than the highest sprinkler head, and I have no way of knowing exactly what that was, except that I know that water is coming out of the siphons when I turn it off. That is an indication that they're not quite right. So a little bit more work to go, but getting really close. Well, there's 25 yards of topsoil. It looks really good. Boy, I tell you, it smells fantastic. They've got lots of natural product in there. I can smell the manure. I mean, look at that. That is just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I've got the rough grade done. I went ahead and brought in several more yards worth of dirt from the back to kind of bring up the overall grade. This area here was about 12 inches, so I've got it probably to 9 or so. And lots of rocks and this kind of dirt. In fact, every time I try to move it around, I get a big pile of these things, so I think I'm going to stop. Probably laying a little bit of peat moss, but for now, I think that's close enough to to rough grade to at least start filling in. I might be a little short, but we'll see. So I added a little bit more dirt after lining it, and then placed all the peat moss out here that I'm going to spread and start mixing it in, and then bring in a load of an inch or so of the new topsoil and mix that in. So again, there's a good transition area. I've got all the peat moss spread and put calcium, or actually lime, on top of it all, and about ready to mix all that in there. The peat moss, as you can see right here, it's nice and fluffy, but it does increase or decrease the pH, so got to kind of neutralize that because I already have pH that's too low. All of the lime is mixed into the top inch or so. Do that by hand. Now it's, I think, time to get the dirt going. Well, starting to pile up. It's about, well, not quite half of it so far, and as you can see, I've got quite a ways to go still there. Tig loves the smell of the whatever it is in there, but anyway, it's looking pretty good. You can see it's fairly thick over here, but I've got a lot of leveling still to do. I'm just getting kind of the rough area in right now, but man, sure smells strong. So it took me about an hour and 45 minutes to get this far, taking these teeth off because I need to create a smooth surface and put all the pressure on the front edge of the bucket here. So unfortunately, these things have Loctite on them, and they're incredibly tight. So I had to come up with a way to stick a block and a spike in the ground, and then it's an Allen wrench that this is tensioning against on the bottom. So it's kind of like I set it up for rowing because I wanted to make sure I didn't hurt my back too bad, and I do think it works. I've already got this one almost off, but see, this is the motion right there. So trying to work smarter, not harder, although sweating isn't any problem. Alright, end of the day, and have a fair amount of the dirt in and hand smooth. I don't have it compacted yet, so it's going to go down quite a bit more than it is right now, but you can see it's starting to come up to grade, and looking really good. And dogs seem to love just having dirt around. That's nice and springy. KT just hasn't stopped running back and forth. Hey KT, go on, run on the dirt. Go on, run the dirt. There you go. She likes, I think, how springy it is. So tomorrow I'll finish taking the teeth off the Bobcat. I stripped out the Allen wrench, so had to stop for the day. And tomorrow it's only a half day because I have appointments.